This episode is brought to you by CVS. Whether it's starting the day with a vitamin or ending it with a skin routine, CVS is here to help you celebrate your wellness wins and save big. Discover low prices on wellness products from brands like Listerine, ZzzQuil, Nature's Bounty, Colgate, Neutrogena, and Nature Made. Plus, get $10 extra bucks rewards when you spend $30. Celebrate every wellness win with CVS. Visit cvs.com/wellnesswins for details.
This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 824. What Top Business Books on Negotiation Don't Tell You, by Molly Fletcher of mollyfletcher.com. And I'm Dan, I am your host and narrator. Welcome to Optimal Startup Daily, where I read to you every single day from great blogs on entrepreneurship. And we're going to jump right into it now as we hear from Molly Fletcher and optimize your life. What Top Business Books on Negotiation Don't Tell You, by Molly Fletcher of mollyfletcher.com. Former President John F. Kennedy said, quote, "Let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate." End quote. Fear is everywhere in business, and even the word fear can make us shudder. Overcoming fear is a huge part of negotiation. A recent Salary.com survey showed that nearly 60% of survey respondents said they dread salary negotiation. I felt strongly that we all, especially women, need tools to strengthen ourselves as negotiators. So I wrote a book that summarizes what I have learned in the sports, entertainment, and media worlds. Top business books promise success, but they don't always address the underlying fears. Personally, I don't think success is as likely without a direct look at the fears that hold us back. If you are one of the majority that fears hammering out your salary package, how empowering would it be to turn your fear into confidence? The reason I wrote A Winner's Guide to Negotiating: How Conversation Gets Deals Done was to offer you a simple but powerful set of tools that will help you gain confidence as a negotiator right away. By practicing these tools, habit will override your fear. A great need. No one majors in negotiation skills. Most of us learn the hard way, studying veteran dealmakers and perhaps learning under their wings. There's a dearth of quality teachers, reflected in results of surveys like Salary.com's. Most respondents said they learned whatever negotiation skills they have on their own with no help from anyone. If you're hearing this from an office or corporate setting, it's highly unlikely that negotiating skills are part of your leadership training or professional development. That's a shame because I know from experience that negotiation is a skill that can be learned. It's also something we do every day, more than we sometimes realize. Creating awareness, fostering courage, and applying tools to negotiation were all reasons to write this book. Top business books fill gaps in knowledge, and that's another reason for A Winner's Guide to Negotiating. The same survey showed that 86% of respondents reported a desire to learn how to negotiate more effectively. They aren't happy being afraid. There's too much at stake. What fear can look like. As a sports agent, I worked in a tight gap between where elite performers shine and where they want to or could go next. There are multiple layers and complexity to that space. Time may be the biggest factor. For the top athletes, the window for them to excel is very short, and seizing that moment means everything. Payroll caps, free agency, the threat of arbitration, even trends like Moneyball are some of the many other factors at play. Negotiating is at the heart of everything, and fear can be there too, believe me. There's so much on the line that it's easy for people to get anxious and defensive. Negotiators must stay open and responsive and always observe and take in as much information as possible. For 20 years, I negotiated contracts and branding deals for 300 clients, including top pro athletes, broadcasters, coaches, universities, manufacturers, and teams. Together, I've done probably more than $500 million in deals, from a record-setting ball, shoe, glove deal with Nike, an appearance after Hall of Fame induction in Cooperstown, or a multi-million-dollar contract for pitcher John Smoltz, or multiple contracts for Cy Young winners, All-Stars, Hall of Famers, Emmy Award-winning broadcasters. None of the deals are linear, and neither is the rest of life. As the mother of one, and then twins born 12 months later, I've negotiated deals while standing on the sidelines of my kids' soccer fields. As in parenting or any deep relationship, negotiating well means always being ready. The most rewarding deals for me haven't been the ones that are the most lucrative, but rather the ones that change lives. Often the change is from fear to desire. Instead of dreading negotiation, I saw how a dialogue put everyone at ease and more open to finding a mutually satisfying agreement. Negotiation is about relationships, and relationships are about conversation. The importance of belief. All the information in the world isn't going to make a difference if you don't believe it. Top business books are powerful because they have simplified and clarified the most difficult challenges. That clarity builds enthusiasm and confidence. My book is built around 5 core tools necessary for any successful negotiation. They are spelled out with personal anecdotes and are easy to grasp, and I believe you'll be able to put them to work for you immediately. Your game changer takeaway. Before we negotiate with others, we have to negotiate with ourselves and get a handle on our fears. Without that understanding, we cannot clear the way for success that is the aim of so many top business books. Let me leave you with this inspiring thought from author Toni Morrison. Quote, "If there's a book that you want to read, but it hasn't been written yet, then you must write it." End quote. That was one of my motivations, my drivers. If there's a goal that you want to reach, but it requires external support, then you must negotiate it. You just listened to the post titled "What Top Business Books on Negotiation Don't Tell You" by Molly Fletcher of mollyfletcher.com. Hey, small business leaders. Are you looking for an easier way to onboard and manage remote employees? JustWorks makes it easier for you to start, run, and grow a business. Let me tell you how JustWorks can help your business. JustWorks is a cloud-based platform that enables managers and employees alike to quickly and securely access benefits, payroll, and other HR functionality from anywhere, anytime, providing access to certified HR consultants who can provide tailored guidance and best practices around managing your people. Your team has access to high-quality benefits, and your business is getting the support it needs. Plus, whether your team is local, remote, or distributed, JustWorks helps you comply with state payroll tax requirements, keep up with state labor laws, and access health insurance plans in any state. They also provide proactive support for federal, state, and local employment-related compliance needs. Run your business with confidence and take a look at JustWorks' transparent pricing by visiting justworks.com/pricing. That's justworks.com/pricing for details. And thanks to Molly, who is a trailblazer in every sense of the word, a rare talent blend of business wisdom, relationship brilliance, and unwavering optimism. As a popular keynote speaker, she shares the unconventional techniques that helped her thrive as one of the first female sports agents in the high-stakes and big-ego world of professional sports, and now as a successful entrepreneur. The Molly Fletcher Company inspires leaders, teams, and organizations to kickstart growth. To access more great articles and content from Molly, just head over to her website, mollyfletcher.com, and I do have that linked for you in this episode's description. But that does it for this episode of Optimal Startup Daily. I hope very much that you enjoyed it, and thanks so much for listening all the way through. And I'll be back here with you tomorrow for the Tuesday show, and that is where your optimal life awaits.